Meet Lester and Lilly. This is their apartment in a city in the 1960s. Lester is a clerk at a drugstore, and Lilly stays at home with their newborn daughter, Fran. Lester and Lilly dream of making a better life for their family. Lilly loves to sew. She makes clothes for herself and for Fran, and she makes beautiful aprons to give as gifts to friends and family. Everyone loved the aprons, especially women who were raising children and working outside the home. They remarked that Lilly's aprons had become a useful and beautiful part of their daily routine. Lester was sure there were others who would feel the same way and would want to buy one of Lilly's beautiful aprons. With an eye toward their dream of a better life, Lester and Lilly made plans to start their own business. They calculated how many aprons they would need to sell each day to make a profit, and they were sure they could do it. Lester would keep his day job at the drugstore and sell aprons from a street cart before and after work. Lilly sewed while the baby slept. Sales were slow in the beginning. Lester viewed every passerby as a potential customer, but few were. Most people hurried past and brushed off his sales pitch. Lester and Lilly thought back to the positive reactions Lilly received when she presented an apron to one of her friends. They remembered that the aprons Lilly had given as gifts appealed most to her friends who were working moms. Working moms became their focus. Lester moved his street cart near a produce stand at the top of a busy subway stop where commuters picked up vegetables on their way home. When women came by that fit the profile of the working mom segment, Lester would make a direct sales pitch. The profile helped inform which groups of people Lester targeted and how he talked to them. But not every woman who passed by was a working mom, and not every working mom needed an apron. Lester had to be more deliberate when deciding who to target within the working mom segment. Lester learned that women wearing expensive jewelry or fancy suits were almost never worth a sales pitch. They tended to eat dinner out or have kitchen help at home. Either way, they didn't buy aprons. At the same time, there were a lot of people who did not fit the working mom segment who were potentially interested in buying an apron. For instance, men often bought aprons. Bachelor chefs became a second segment of focus. Lester could identify bachelor chefs as the men who bought produce from the stand nearby, but were not wearing a wedding ring. Once Lester had decided who to target, he had to decide how to tailor his message. His sales pitch to a working mom focused on the apron's beauty. To a bachelor chef, he focused on its usefulness. At the same time, Lester was refining the message. Lilly was refining the apron itself by keeping track of which patterns and styles were most popular with each segment. Lilly was able to focus her time and energy on aprons that appealed most to her customers. At the end of each day, Lester recorded his total sales and kept notes outlining which targeting and messaging tools worked best to drive sales. Their daughter Fran grew up, went to college, graduated, and came home to help her parents run the business. Over 30 years, the business grew. Lilly and Lester marveled at the fact that their little apron cart helped them achieve the American dream for themselves and their daughter Fran. At age 52, Fran took over the family business. She expanded apron sales online and developed more products for the home cook. The business had evolved beyond Lilly and Lester's wildest imagination. Fran never forgot the hard work that Lester and Lilly had dedicated to the early years of the apron business. Her greatest desire was to ensure that her parents, who had worked so hard to ensure her happiness, were as happy as they could be in their retirement years. When it became clear they could no longer care for themselves in their own home, Lester and Lilly moved in with Fran and her 24-year-old son. Fran knew how lucky she was to have inherited a successful family business, and she knew how much her parents and her own son needed her. And she was happy to care for all of them while running the business. But at times, she felt overwhelmed and exhausted. She needed help. Lester, Lilly, and Fran used both segmentation and targeting to build a successful business. AARP can use these tools to help Fran.